Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to talk about the Graphene OS because yes, I've decided to install Graphene OS on my Android phone, and in this case this is Pixel 10 phone. I've specifically purchased a Pixel 10 phone just to install Graphene OS. And I know there are some other options, but it's mostly all about picking the Pixel phones. This is how it looks like, and well, it looks exactly like Android but without Google stuff. But why do you even want to remove Google stuff from your phone and use something like Graphene OS? Well, in my opinion, there's so much tracking and telemetry going on in your operating system right now, especially it's all connecting to the Google services, to Google Play Store, and it's all about collecting the data about you to show you the ads, and it's not only about the ads, it's all about collecting data about you as well, and you never know how this data is actually used, and this is a big problem. How the Graphene OS is better in that sense? Well, GrapheneOS is actually works for you, not for the big tech companies, not for Google, because it allows you to customize how each app interacts with the internet, for example, how each app interacts with the hardware, and like what kind of sensors it can use and what kind of stuff it cannot use, like the photo permissions, for example, and the files permission. It allows you to customize much more for what the Google allows you. And I feel like you can take back your privacy by installing the alternative operating systems while you can, because at some point of the time, probably you will not be able to even use it like that. It's crazy to say that, but things are not going well actually. Things are changing not in a good direction. While you can, I actually recommend you to at least try and use some alternative operating systems. Lineage OS, I've also used it a long time ago and it was really good, but it was not privacy oriented. It was more about unlocking your phone, rooting your phone, and basically using it the way you want it, customizing it completely. Graphene OS is mostly about using it as a privacy oriented operating system. Let's talk about installation of the Graphene OS. There are actually two official ways to install it. The first one is actually using a browser. You can use your browser, just press a button and flash the ROM on your device. I feel like this is going to be a really convenient way for most of the people to flash their devices with Graphene OS, but I've decided to go the terminal way, the good old terminal way using Linux, because, well, I have more control, I totally understand what's going on, what's happening. So basically you need to install the ADB tools, you need to install a fastboot, you need to unlock your bootloader, then you need to flash your firmware on your device. Basically this is the Graphene OS firmware. After flashing the ROM, you can also just lock the bootloader back. Unfortunately, every time you restart your device, you are going to see that the phone is using the unofficial ROM and not what Google provided. And I feel like it's fine, it's okay. So after that, well, it's done. You can use it and take back your privacy, I would say, in the sense that I finally feel like my phone works for me. And once it boots, you're going to see that it's actually not much installed right there. It's actually just a stock Android experience. And how to install applications on your device? Well, basically you can use the F-Droid. This is like a third-party store that you can use to install applications on your phone. But for me, it was not enough. So I wanted to install applications that I have on a regular Google Play Store. For that, you can use Aurora or Google Play Store. I've decided to use Aurora. Aurora is basically like open source implementation of the Google Play Store, and you don't need to sign in. I did not really wanted to sign in to the Play Store, just my device in general. That's why I've used Aurora Store. And yeah, I recommend you trying out and seeing how it works. Unfortunately, some applications are not really working well when you install it from the Google Play Store or Aurora Store. The reason for that is that the Google services are running sandboxed. Basically, the Google APIs are running in a really controlled environment, and that basically disallows them like the full communication cycle between the application and Google headquarters. That's why, well, unfortunately, some of the applications are not going to be working well. Specifically, banking apps, I believe that Tap to Pay is not going to work on your phone, so there are some limitations. But in my opinion, when you switch your phone from the Android, like stock Android experience, to the Graphene OS, you're actually changing the concept. You need to rethink your approaches to the privacy. Because, well, if you install the alternative operating system, at least you should try to use it in a different way and actually take care of your privacy. If you really want to, Because if you don't really want to, or you don't care about that, and you are really happy about using your regular Android phone, and you don't think this is all going in the wrong direction in terms of privacy, I feel like this is your life. You can keep using your regular Android phone or iOS device, so it does not really matter. If we talk again about the Graphene OS and what I like about it especially, I like the fact that every application, every single application is running in a controlled environment, and I can specifically customize and show what kind of permissions do they have. Even sensor permissions are now controllable. And I can also show like which part of the file system applications can access and which part of the file system they can never really try to access. And this is great. Like applications are really working for me, not for Google, not for the application developer. I can even limit the internet access for each single application that I really don't want to use the internet. So nowadays, if you have control over your operating system on your phone, I feel like you have more control over your life as well. If you're considering, if you want to try it out, I think you should do it. Pull the trigger and install the Graphene OS on your Android device. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, there will be more videos, and see you soon. Bye.